This is a really cool 1954 Chevy truck, rat rod. It's sitting on a 1984 S10 frame. It's got a really cool piston shifter, reverse shifter, so push all the way up and it goes into drive. Power steering. It's got a 4-speed automatic with overdrive. One of the things I did, I left the glove box open here because all the original instruments from the S10 are in the glove box. They work. Temp gauge, voltmeter, speedometer, even the odometer. This truck had 136,000 miles on it. The S10 did. See, the speedometer's working. I'm doing 50 right now. Totally cruising normal. That's the cool thing about this rat rod. I mean, it cruises right out. Kick it down and give it a little speed. Really cool. The only thing that doesn't work on the original dash cluster is the drive indicator. You know, it doesn't tell you that you're in reverse neutral drive. Pull in here and finish off the video in this little parking lot right here. Nobody around. So, like I said, you know, it's got your, you can tell that the oil pressure gauge works, voltmeter works, temp gauge works. It's running cool, it's not overheating. Like I said, I said earlier 36, I'm sorry, I was 113,000 miles on the S10 chassis thing's sitting on. So really, really cool. So behind the seat it's got a air compressor with a hose here, and what you do is it's got bags. This is the front and this is the rear, and you just take this off, uncap that, and if you want to drop it down, in fact before I do that, let me get out. Well, let me first show you how it works in reverse. So flip the switch, the air compressor comes on, it's got air, attach it, and that pumps the front end up. Attach it to this one, pumps the rear end up, and you get it up to your desired height. Just flip the switch back off, and you're done. Really, really cool. Let me get out and show you around. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off just so that I can show you in a second. I can drop the truck down. It'll actually drop all the way down. So it's got some really, this is a cool rat rod. I mean, it's got vice grips for handles, window cranks. You can see, there we go. I've got a little cold, so my voice sounds different. I'm used to hearing my videos, but both the windows roll up and down like they're supposed to. Just gotta hit those vice grip cranks. So anyways, engine sounds great. I'm not gonna pop the hood just because, oh, I guess I could. I'll pop the hood. So if you're looking to buy it, you want to see what's under the hood. So under here you've got your S10, everything S10, 6-cylinder, gets great gas mileage, serpentine belts and system is all in place, power steering, power disc brakes. You can just listen to it, it purrs like a kitten, sounds great. Of course it doesn't have a fan shroud on it, so you don't want to stick your hand in there while that thing's running. And there we go. Well, Need to get that all the way down. We can turn this thing off. Show you around the truck a little bit, and then I'll drop it down. I mean, it's already pretty low. This is one of the things that hold on just a second. Yeah, this is a rat rod. There we go. Just takes 2 hands to close the hood up. This thing's super cool. This is what rat rods should be, you know. I think this thing is super cool. It's a little rusty. The thing that's cool about it's not a rust bucket. It's actually been gone through. All the rust has been POR 15'd, but you know, it was left, holes were left because it's supposed to be a rat rod. Some thin wall white wall tires were used to make these white wall tires. Hit with a grinder, widened down. So it's really cool. You got some homemade looking white walls that were left looking homemade. They weren't perfected. I've seen guys do this and they can do it. You can do them perfect and you can make them look perfect. But the whole point of this is that it doesn't look perfect. It looks super cool. Little beer bottle opener on the side. Got a little, you know, rusty step up. Classic old gas can in the back. It's got a hole in the bottom of it. You lift it up and you've got your original S10 gas filler neck underneath there. So that's really cool. You just run, go get gas. And the original neck style was left on the side of the door, on the side of the back of the cab. Of course, this is a 54 Chevy 5-window truck, so it's very desirable body style. Like I said, it's sitting down on a 84 S10 chassis. So of course, underneath there, you know, your frame and everything is rust free. It's got air shocks in the back, and it's got bags in the front. And it is a lowrider, even with the bags fully inflated. I got them about halfway inflated right now. You can see how low it is. But if I come in here, of course you just do it manually. You know, this is old school. It's an old school rat rod. Got a little, just drop this thing down. You get to a car show, you park. Yeah, this is what it looks like when you park at a car show. This thing's sitting on the ground. And actually the frame of the truck is not sitting on the ground, and you can see that the fenders are not touching the ground. That fender has still got enough room for me to put my finger underneath it, if you can see that. But the front bumper is touching the ground, so it's got that cool lowered look when you want to park at a car show and show this thing off. This thing is freaking sweet. I love this truck. I was really honestly didn't want to come out here and do this video. I don't really want to put it up for sale because this is one of the ones that you like, man, you get a truck like this, you should keep it. But you know, I've got too many toys, and this is what we do for a living, so you know, they come and go. But I've never had one that I felt like was this cool. You know, this is just cool. It's got the fingerprints of a guy who just really loved this truck, the guy who built this truck who just really loved it, put a lot of love into it. He was really smart about keeping like the original, you know, the instrument gauge cluster in there, but then keeping everything original looking in here. It's got a really nice looking grill. It's got the original lights underneath here. You just push that button right there, and those are your actual original lights from the S10. So there you go, your lights are on. You can see it's got some little custom light covers on there. The turn signals are not hooked up, but the brake lights and tail lights are on. And so you know, you're totally legal to drive it, but the turn signals, all you got to do is hook them up. They're just not hooked up right now. Interior is really cool. Just an S10 bench with an old Mexican blanket on it. Behind there, you've got the little air compressor. You know, that's the one that's pumping up the stuff. You got your battery in the back. Old school rebel flag on the ceiling. In fact, actually, this truck was featured in a magazine called Rebel Rods. It's a rat rod style magazine. And in fact, the last rat rod show that this truck was at, it won first place. It's just a little small show, $100 prize and another $100 in advanced auto credit. And you know, nothing big. It wasn't a big show, but then the guys from Moon came over to the truck, gave them some new mirrors, put on it. So this is super cool. Slammed, a bagged truck, power steering, power disc brakes, automatic 4-speed with overdrive. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. This is a cool truck. You can drive it around. I didn't want to go any faster on this road here, but I was doing like 70 in it yesterday, and it's just smooth. I mean, it's still a rat rod, you know, it's still got a little rattly to it and stuff like that, but that's what it's supposed to be. But this thing's just sick. Somebody's gonna freaking love this truck. If you're looking for a rat rod, this thing is freaking sick, and it's awesome. That to me, one of the coolest things about it is you got all the rat rod style. The engine actually sounds really cool. Sounds like a small V8. But it actually gets really great gas mileage because it's a little 6-cylinder, get about 23 miles per gallon instead of, you know, 15 miles per gallon out of your, you know, Chevy 350. So there you have it, 1954 Chevy Lowrider. And I've actually got the title for the 84 S10 truck, if you wanted to title it that way. Other than that, you know, this is a Georgia car. So we've got it with the police VIN verification report. Being a 1954 Chevy truck as the body and stuff, so it's titleable both ways. You can title it as a 1954 truck, register it that way, or you can register it as a 1984 Chevy. Either way, you don't have emissions to worry about or anything like that. So somebody's gonna have a blast with this thing. It's super cool when it's ready to go. The only thing I'd do to this truck is I'd put a kick butt stereo system in it. Maybe hide a CD player underneath the dash, put an MP3 player on there, and throw a subwoofer behind the seats and just get this thing rocking out. So when I go to a car show, I crank up my tunes. I got my beer bottle opener on the side. I can open my 6-pack. This thing's awesome.